Hi, how are you? And welcome to day 7, the last day of our challenge. So it's lovely to have been spending so much time with you, and I've actually really enjoyed the process. And I've been going through the process with you at the same time. So that's also been really delightful. Okay, we've got the cards. We've got the cards here, and I'll be taking you through them. The cards must have known it was the last day, because there's a lot of oracle cards to talk you through, but again, they're beautiful, and that's really nice, isn't it? So just to cover off, we have gone through gratitude, we've gone through spreading the gratitude and appreciation, we've done beauty, and we've done praise, and they were the first 4 days to get us in a really higher vibration. Then I asked you to go through and be very specific about if this transformation occurs, what will be different about your life. Then I asked you to attach to that the zing, which is the emotion to that change, because that's really what we want to make sure it gets driven home. We want to have that emotional attachment, and that gives the manifestation the power. Now, we have to keep at this. This is not a one-time trick pony, do it and everything is good. Of course, do it once and it's better than not doing it, but you need to keep this up. So how do you take this further on day 7? Well, this is where you bring in the dream or the daydreaming. So you start daydreaming and talking it up as if it has happened. And you use the emotional attachment in your discussion about what is different in your life, and you talk very positively about what has happened, how it is now. So you bring the future you want into the present. And it's very important that you use present tense, because if you use future tense, you just keep pushing it away. So bring in present tense. So remember, present tense, positive affirmations or positive, and in the personal. So really get attached to it, and that will make it work for you. So this is where you start having a little daydreams, or before you go to bed, you put yourself in this imaginary place and you really let yourself get into it and emotionally attach to it and live that happiness and live that freeness and really allow that experience to permeate that dream or your words or your body or your mind or energy and all of that. So you're feeling great about yourself. And that's the story. Okay, so let's go through. We've got some beautiful cards from the shaman. We've got the arrow. Right, this is number 1. And this is really affirming for you. You really need to know the direction that you want to go and to go for it. All right, to really line that up and go for it. And what you're going to find is, as you do day 5 and 6 and 7, you might find that it might move a little bit, and that's perfectly okay. You just keep going with it, because for some of us, we're still trying to define exactly what that change is going to be about, and that might be moving and growing with you, so that's okay. 43 is the rattle, and the rattle is about changing the energy around you, and it's often used for cleansing, but it's also used for bringing in the spirits. So you need to be changing energetically the environment around you and your energy. So you can be burning oils in your oil burner. If you've got candles for the chakras, you can be doing some work with the chakras, listening some music that lifts you up, but make sure you keep changing that energy so it keeps moving forward with you. And the last one is counsel. So this is advising you 2 ways. 1, call in directly your spirits and have a conversation with them. And 2, to be seeking the counsel of others who have been successful and have gone ahead of you. Okay, and that's what we've got with that. So for me, that's very much reaching out for friends, like I was telling you, and also, of course, spending some time with my spirit guides. And I think that's beautiful. All right, Now, we've got some great cards coming up, and they are so fantastic. I think we're going to do Gaia, Kuan Yin first. Dreams of Gaia. I'm not doing Dreams of Gaia, I'm doing Kuan Yin. Okay, how beautiful is this? Daughter of the Phoenix. And basically, this is the feminine of the rising Phoenix. So to go through a transformation, we also have to go through some kind of death or shedding or releasing. And what we're doing here is a transformation. So we're trying to change something very much about the way we are going about our life on the physical plane. So this is saying, of course you can do it, but just remember you have to release for transformation to happen. So if you are looking at yourself and you're thinking nothing is happening, then think very carefully about the behavior that you need to adopt to be the actual reincarnation or the actual physical carnation of that change. All right, you need to be the physical incarnate of that change on the physical plane. So that might mean that you need to start to change your behavior now in anticipation of everything else around you moving with you and changing in the future. All right, we've also got the maiden Mungu, which is the maiden that seed. We've had the harvest before, but this is bringing in gifts and opportunities. So they're definitely saying there are gifts on the way and there's opportunities on the way. So there's a great ability for you to use these gifts and these abilities within the manifesting. And the last but not least is the Tao, which reminds us to stay in the flow. And it's interesting about that because the card from the light is at the fourth ray of harmony. So there is an ebb and flow to energy. There is an ebb and flow to life. There is an ebb and flow to change. You can't force it to happen. It does have to happen in its own time. You can create a trigger point which pushes it into being, but to see the results of it, you do need to stay within the flow of that. And that's got to do, I think we've had a lot of talking before about patience and taking our time to allow this change to happen, because Pluto, who's going to be driving a lot of this change, is a slow-moving planet. So there you go. The last two, which I really love. Ken Dowling, powerful creator. Every being, incarnation, is a powerful being of pure creation. Every feeling, thought, and choice creates your experience of life. Connect with your positive, loving consciousness to life and create consciously. Be aware your seed intention creates with love, positivity, and purity as your energetic source. So, positivity. So be aware that when you are creating, it has to come from love and positivity. Consciousness of my soul senses in every moment of creation. Okay. Here's the other one, and I'm really glad this came up because this is one of the biggest things about change that we need to, when we talk about are you limiting yourself, this is one of the ways we're doing it. And you can hear my voice at the moment. Every time I'm working with someone and they've got a throat chakra issue, my voice goes. It's how I work. That's how sometimes I know when people have got injuries and have got issues that they need to work with. I physically experience them. Throat chakra, because we need to be able to articulate the change we want. So we need to be able to ask directly our spirits and our guides. We need to be able to ask people around us for help and to give us that support. And we need to be able to articulate for ourselves exactly what it is we want the change to be. And sometimes that transformation is so personal, it's so heartfelt, and it's been so designed for so long. We're actually afraid to speak it in case we jinx it. But this is saying, no. Speak up. Open your throat's expressive power. Express fully and openly your creative spirit, sensuality, and wisdom. Connect your throat with your heart's truth and always express yourself lovingly, simply, and with ease. How you express will create your spiritual life. Be creatively expressive, wise, and loving. So you've really always got to talk about the affirmations of what you want and spread it wide and spread it far. So day 7, it's dreaming. Create that dream scenario and live it, speak it, and believe in it as much as you can. The guides are telling you you can do it. They're also really pushing you to not just say it in your head, but to express it verbally and ask for others to buy in. Get focused about where you're going. Create and move the energy around you, and also spend some time with people's counsel or spirit guides' counsel that you trust. Stay in the flow. Don't be too anxious. Don't be too impatient. Don't try and force things that are not ready to be. To transform, you do need to leave something behind. It is a phoenix rising from the ashes, and ashes is fire. And the other thing about this is you are being gifts. It is bountiful, and you have access to that bounty. Okay, there it is. It's been a real pleasure spending time with you. I'm apologizing if we have a little bit of stop-start with this video, but the internet has been so bad lately. It's been taking me 3 hours just to upload a 10, 11, 12-minute video. It's been quite frustrating, but anyway, that's life when you live in a third world country. If you need some help and you'd like me to assist you, whether that's with a tarot card reading or perhaps you'd like some coaching, all you got to do is get in contact with me either here or at my website, Emerald Blue Phoenix, or at my Facebook. Either way, just get in contact with me. You can drop a message here and I'll get it as well. Lovely to be spending time with you. You are powerful creators, and now is your time to really embrace that. Okay, bye-bye, and I'll see you later.